Hello and welcome to the fifth video of the video series India vs European Union. And this video is about the question, where will be the heart of green energy production? With me, the real European. Yeah, we have this at the start the arguments in the favor of the European Union that it will be the green energy hub. So today, 20% of all electricity are renewable. So there's a lot of work for the European Union. So the European Green Deal, you heard it in the videos before, and I think you heard it also in the news the last month and years, that there the EU has the goal to be at 2050 the first CO2 neutral continent. So this means that at this time there will be no more CO2 emitted than you can be yeah, you know what I mean, that you can bring it back into forest, or like that you can bring that in little lakes or something else, so that you have at the end of the year emission data of 0. So this is the goal, but we have an example. Germany has today 58% of its energy in the first 6 months of 2023 renewable. But if you compare that with last year Germany's energy mix was 49% renewable. So, and the goal for Germany is that 2030 it will be 80%. So it's a long way from 49 to 80. And also for the EU, today it's 20%. In 2030, it must be 55%, and this is very high when you compare it with today. So it would be very interesting if the EU will reach its own goals. Yeah, now we have India. So the Indian goal is that 2030, 50% of the electricity comes from renewables. And interesting is that today are also only 20% of all energy are green. So it's the same like in the European Union. And mostly people think, oh my God, India is like the third world country with everything is very bad. And yeah, India is, when you compare it with the EU, at the same level in the energy or green energy production like the European Union. And we think very often that it's a developing country. It could be in some areas, but the fact is that it's the same. And the plan of the incumbent government is that India will be CO2 neutral before 2070. And also the goal is to reach the gap between coal and renewables. These plans are very, very strict and very, we can say positively, because the thing is, this I will say before, after the European Union. Yeah, for the EU, the biggest problem is the climate, like what this means, the weather and the temperature, because in the EU we have the system summer and winter, and it changed the temperature and also the wind and the weather and the intensity of sunshine. So that means that in the north of Europe you can use very good in the winter wind energy, and in the summer wind is not available, so that you need sun. So this is a big thing, because you must build very huge offshore parks, and you need at the other hand also very much solar parks. So this is a very big thing, but we don't know what will happen. And not all people in Europe see this as a problem. So the climate change, like very often you heard that 20% of the population in Europe think, okay, climate change is not important to work against it. And also politicians like very right-wing parties are saying, yeah, our government is talking about the weather. So they think that this does not exist, but all experts have said that climate change is real and we humans has produced it, so there's no doubt about it. So yeah, let's move now on to India. And I said it before, India has no problem that there are days without sun and wind, because it's very huge, and India is near the equator. So this means that there is every time sun around the year. And India has also every time wind because it's two coast at the Indian Ocean, so that it's very good for wind and sun. And the other thing is that in the north is a huge desert, so there's also every time and every day sun. But now we come to the thing I've said a little bit some seconds, minutes ago, that the government in India must buy land to build renewables. So this is very hard for them because um, all forward they have did in the last years to the 20% was because the government buy land and then they build solar parks and wind parks. So this would be a very huge problem because private investments in the green energy sectors are in India where we are, and in the EU they are very huge.